Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship.
Hello and welcome to episode number 2 of NEN, that is no explanation needed, where we talk about pretty much whatever the heck we want to, but mostly sports right now, right, Spencer?
You got that right. I don't really care to talk about anything but sports, especially this time of the year during the NBA playoffs, which is what we love most.
No.
My name is Spencer Wiggins. I'm a co-star here with my buddy Kyle.
Kyle Norton. It's got Wiggy Smalls and K Norty Fresh. I have to have a cool name too.
Nah,
you got Wiggy
you
Smalls?
We don't have any cool names for you. You're just
So
Kyle.
you get Wiggly Tough and Wiggy Smalls and I get nothing?
Well,
you know,
when it sticks and people call you that, that's what that's what we do here.
Hey, I feel like people called me K Norty at least.
Who?
Maybe not. Justin Mansfield.
Cool.
I don't know.
Cool.
Okay, cool, sick. All right, so how's the summer been for you? How's COVID been treating you?
Honestly,
summer? Has it been pretty boring?
This summer's been terrible.
A lot of fishing though, right?
Yeah, lots of fishing. Actually, I've gotten more into fishing than I ever have before. When it comes to bass fishing, but just started fly fishing. Actually got my pole today, so pumped about that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start sometime either this weekend or next, going out and maybe fishing, the Weber or somewhere else that maybe Wes could show me, my brother.
Yeah. I mean, I've been trying to pick up the pole and go with you a few times, but
Hey.
he leaves me in the dust with all his bass catching.
Yeah, hey, I'm 10 times in a row catching fish. That is a new record for me.
It's pretty good, and especially the spots that we've been going.
I know they've been different spots
Yeah.
pretty much every time, which is kind of pumping me up that I feel like I'm actually getting good at it. Got a lot to learn though.
I've been impressed. I need a fly rod too because I was pretty jealous that you got a fly rod. I want to do that. So I thought it was more fun than just normal fishing, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've actually
maybe I'll
never been
invest.
fly fishing before. I've got a bunch of buddies and my brother that are pretty good at fly fishing and kind of wanted me to get into it for a while, and I've wanted to, but it's just an expense that I didn't know if I wanted to make, but ended up doing it.
Yeah, my father-in-law is a huge fly fisherman, and he's actually the one that helped me get my new rod and stuff. Well, it was my wife. She bought it for me, but it was
Shout out
McCall. But my father-in-law wanted me to get into it, and so he showed the right pole for my wife to get me and everything. So we're getting into fishing. Fishing's good, especially in these boring times.
Right. There's just been not much to do. My life pretty much consists of waking up, playing Call of Duty, going to work, selling people. It's a great day at Aptiv, and then, played some Call of Duty after that. And sometimes, coming over the Norton family and speaking words of beauty about sports.
Hey, maybe we can get Aptiv to sponsor us in the future.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Let me go ahead and text Tyler, my manager. I'm sure he could roll something out for us.
This is sponsored by Aptiv and Vivint Solar.
Yeah, just like the Jazz, bro. Just like the Jazz. They're both. I'm pretty sure
yeah,
Aptiv
I
and
think-
Vivint both
yeah.
sponsor the Jazz. So,
I think that's not a lie.
right. Well,
So, have you noticed any good music this summer? I've been trying to think back, and
has there been
has it
any
been
good?
great?
Yeah, there
I don't
really
know.
hasn't been much good music. Logic released a decent album.
Yeah. That was it was good for like 2 seconds, and then I kind of bored
Right,
of it.
yeah. When was Eminem's last album? That was before the summer, was it not?
I think that was like right when
Music
right
to
before?
be murdered. That
was
beautiful.
right before COVID.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
That's a good album. But honestly, since that, T Swift has come out with a
T-Swift.
decent album. I'll give it that. It wasn't the best ever, but
was fine.
it's listen toable.
I liked it better than the last like 2,
Yeah,
but
I'll just put it this way: I listen to it, and when a song comes on, I'll still like it, but I'm not going out of my way to listen to this T Swift album. So,
and I feel the same for pretty much every album that's come out this
Yeah.
summer. I don't know. I can't even list any off.
well,
It's-
hear me out. Where is Kendrick's album? Where is Kanye's album that he promised us a few weeks back? I'm just, holding my hands together, begging for Kanye to release something.
Kanye is trying to figure a way to get around all the swear words.
Yeah,
He's got to replace all.
because he can't do a normal rap album that's not religious and not have a few swear words in it.
I know.
But I think he's gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty. So he released the. I'm pretty sure he released the album cover. And in this, he at least released the songs to it. I'm not sure if it was the album cover or not, but I'm pretty sure he released
like a track list.
Exactly, the track list. And you know what? It had New Body on it, and New Body. If you don't know, New Body was released or like pre-release. Someone like snuck it out, you know. About a year ago when his religious album was about to come out, and that had Nicki Minaj in it, and there were a lot of swear words. And so I don't know how he's going to replace that. And I know Nicki Minaj is not releasing a song without swear words. I know that.
No, that's her favorite thing to do.
Oh, number one.
Yeah. She loves talking about the human anatomy. Let's just.
Yeah, and don't we all?
Anyway, yeah. So I wish there would be some more music because it's boring at work sometimes. You gotta pump some new tunes.
It actually brings me to it. I was looking at what was going to be released tonight in about 50 or 48 minutes, and I'm seeing online that the Killers have a new album coming out.
Oh,
I am pumped about that.
I haven't about that too.
Yeah,
you
Killers.
Me,
yeah, Killers are one of my favorite bands, if not my favorite band of all time. With you got to talk about Red Hot Chili Peppers, maybe some Blink 182, but the Killers rock, and I'm pretty pumped for this new album.
I'm surprised they're coming out with a new album.
Yeah, they're getting old, and I mean, obviously their older albums were better than their new ones, but I can rock some The Man and stuff like that from their recent album, honestly.
Yeah, if you think about it, I mean, they've released a lot of hit songs.
Oh, they're amazing.
It's like every album at least has a couple.
Right?
Yeah.
And even their cheesy songs like Human are amazing. Don't tell me that song isn't a great song.
No, I do. I never think about the Killers, but when I do, I really like them.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Kyle. Good job.
Thank you. Sick. So I wanted to talk about the Major League Baseball right now, the MLB. I love the playoffs in Major League Baseball, but I can't stand to watch the regular season. And now COVID's even worse. I haven't watched a single game. And with this, that's the first subject with it. Do you think it's going downhill? I
mean, from 15 years ago, yes. I mean, that's obvious. Obviously, once the steroid era died, it's just slowly, slowed down. I'm not going to lie, going into this season, I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to get back into baseball. I'm going to start watching regular season games. And you know what? I don't think I'm going to do it.
I felt the same way. I'm like, I want to watch baseball. I think it's a fun game. I love the playoffs. I could watch the regular season, but every time I try to, I'm like, this is insufferable. It's too long, and each game in itself is too long, and the regular season is entirely too long.
You know what's weird, though? It is. But you know what's weird is going to a game compared to watching it on TV. I would way rather go to a game than anything else, like going to any other sporting event besides a Jazz game.
Yeah.
I love going to baseball games. I've been to Rockies games. I've been to Dodgers games. I've been to Yankees games. I've been to Orioles games, and they're all fun. Every single one of them.
And I've been to a few different professional baseball games, and for teams I don't even care for, and they were pretty fun. I went to an Angels game in the Angels Stadium.
Right.
I went to a Padres game playing the Cubs, and I didn't care about either team.
Padres.
And it was fun. Yeah. The stadiums are cool.
They are. Yeah,
pretty
dude.
dope.
I think that's it. I think the vibe of being outside. I've actually never been to an NFL game. There's no NFL team near us. Hopefully, I can get to a Raiders game when they're when they're in Las Vegas. But college football's fun. I love going to the Utes games, but I think I like pro baseball. Going to pro baseball games more. I think they're really fun. I like the environment. It's chill. You don't have to stand up to see what's going on.
Yeah, they still are pretty long, but being there is much more fun than watching on TV. And here's the thing: now in COVID, they have no fans, so that's how they made all their money. Is because they had so many games,
right?
And now what? What?
Yeah, I think it's going from America's sport to Canada's sport.
Probably.
You know?
They can have it. Just kidding. I love baseball. I just wish it was more fun to watch.
Hey, I'll tell you this. I prefer playing softball over playing basketball over playing, flag football.
You do?
Prefer oh yeah,
didn't know
softball is the way to
I could see
go.
that. I want to play softball.
Oh, it's great, dude.
Yeah. Anyway, I just want to touch on one more thing before we move on from MLB, is this whole Astros thing. I don't quite understand, but they pretty obviously cheated, right?
Right.
And it's been developing over the past several months. And I mean, over a year. They found out over a year ago or whatever.
Right.
But since they've restarted, all the other teams are taking revenge as they should.
As they should, yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And they're getting in trouble. Like Joe Kelly, he gave him a weird look and said something to him? Like, how can you get suspended for that? Or did he bean somebody on purpose or something? I don't know.
You know what? It's understandable for him to get suspended if the Astros
got suspended.
if they had some type of backlash, but they don't, right? And so it doesn't make sense at all. It's mind-boggling. Like, how in the world does Barry Bonds not make the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Like, he gets all this backlash when he was already a Hall of Famer way before
nobody on the
getting
team
jacked.
should ever get anything then. Like,
right.
They pretty obviously cheated. I mean, I would say that's up there with steroids.
Oh, it's
worse.
It's way worse than steroids because this is a team doing all of this stuff. Like other teams aren't doing this that we know of.
Yeah.
And this team obviously won the World Series.
Yeah, because they know what pitch is coming.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how much easier baseball is?
I mean, dude, steroids were a thing by everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you still have to be very good at baseball.
Be talented. You're just stronger.
Hear me out. I mean, Barry Bonds was probably a better player before getting jacked and only hitting home runs than after. I mean, people forget. I think he has 7 Gold Gloves. This guy has 7 Gold Gloves. Those were not before. He's like one of 2 people at the time. I'm not sure anymore, but he was one of 2 people at the time to 40 stolen bases and 40 home runs. He wasn't stealing 40 bases when he was weighing 280.
Yeah, he got massive.
He wasn't 280.
Yeah, but he was
a big dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think it's the same for, I think it was like 400 that he hit as well. Something like that. I can't remember exactly, but he's a baller.
This is definitely an evolution of cheating because it used to just be corked bats and steroids. Now it's using technology to steal science.
It's hard to not, in my opinion, I think he's the GOAT. It's hard to not put the GOAT in the Hall of Fame. And they're doing that in baseball. That's kind of how criminal baseball is these days.
It's weird. It seems very politicky.
Right. It's like T.O. as well. Like, get that guy in the Hall of Fame. Give me a break. Is he still not? I'm not even sure.
I should probably do research on that. Anyway, look that up real quick. Last thoughts on that. I can understand why these players are so mad at the Astros. That's so frustrating. To have a team that has just obviously had a huge advantage. And so what? They're saying words to him, supporting Joe Kelly. Like, someone's getting in trouble because they were going to wear free Joe Kelly cleats. Let him wear the cleats. Who cares?
Yeah.
Why do you care that much? Are you so worried about what people think about the brand of Major League Baseball that you can't wear something supporting a player that got suspended because he was taking revenge on a team who cheated? Who cares?
Right. Well, I'll tell you this. The brand of Major League Baseball died when Derek Jeter left Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
I think that it honestly was kind of the end of like when Major League Baseball was great.
Yeah.
I mean, and he did exactly. Dude, hear me out here. Kobe Bryant and Derek Jeter, are they not the same person? I'm pretty sure they're both 5-7 in World Series. They both have 5 championships. Mm-hmm. They both like game-winning, great games to finish out. Derek Jeter hit a walk-off hit. Kobe Bryant, scored the, what was it, 60-something? I can't remember, against the Jazz. We didn't try. Obviously, we didn't try. Look how Gordon Hayward played defense.
Gosh.
Like, we didn't try, but
hate
still.
That game so much.
It was, those guys had
Kobe,
like the same careers, right?
Yeah.
Like, no one thinks of them being the GOAT, but like at the same time, they kind of like, they're up there with the GOATs.
But the difference between the
most respected
NBA
guys
in the MLB is Derek Jeter was like the last one of those huge names. I feel like everybody else is being forced, like Mike Trout, and I mean Mike Trout's amazing.
Yeah, Mike Trout might go down as one of the greatest ever. Mike Trout is amazing.
Yeah, Mike Trout maybe is the biggest star, but everybody else, I don't really care.
Yeah, well, hey, let's Aaron Judge.
Hey,
I mean, he's in this is his second year, right?
I mean, but I know the good players. I know Mookie Betts is good. I know Aaron Judge. I know
we got Bryce Harper up there. He's kind of like the standoutish guy. Mike Trout is like the GOAT of the league right now. Yeah. But we got Bryce Harper's like the most like.
I think Bryce Harper's
shining.
He's trying to be the face of the MLB right now.
Right.
Or at least they market him the most.
It's because he kind of grew up like I played against him a bunch of times growing up, and he was the best, right? Like I knew who he was, and he's in Vegas. I played in tournaments in Vegas all the time. I knew who he was when I was 8 years old. And he was the best in the nation then.
Yeah.
And so like he kind of grew up in a LeBron James type of getting that type of publicity. And so that's kind of why. And he hasn't lived up to it quite as much as LeBron James, but the dude, I mean, he has MVP.
Yeah.
And he's a great player. He's just not quite as like, he's not Mike Trout. No one's Mike Trout.
No. And I honestly feel bad that he left the Nationals and then they won the World Series right after.
Well,
I don't feel bad as much as I kind of think it's funny.
It's kind of funny.
But
it makes us wonder if he was on that, if he was on that Nationals team, would they have won it or not?
Know. Was he?
Well, that's the difference between.
Was he causing issues? No,
I don't think so. That's kind of one of the big differences between basketball and baseball. Is like your best player doesn't have to play amazing for you to win in baseball.
No, it's such a team sport,
right?
Baseball,
and it's more about pitching than anything.
Yeah,
like pitching is the most important part.
Yeah, it is. You have to have a good bullpen or.
Right. Like one player could strike out, but that pitcher, if he's getting rocked, your game's over.
Yeah, well, good old baseball. I guess we talked a lot about baseball. Maybe it's not dying out, but we can
right. Well, I still love it. It's just it's harder to watch. It's easier to follow, but it's hard to watch. But yeah, let's move on to basketball.
Yeah,
playoff basketball, baby. Let's go.
So, our Utah Jazz. We're going to start with the Jazz, right?
Of course.
Most to talk about.
So
most to talk about them. So
let's kind of go back to what we were. Yeah, I mean our predictions, right?
Yeah.
I predicted us to win in 6.
Yeah.
I predicted a 4-2 us. I don't remember your prediction.
I think I agreed with you. I think I said 4-2.
I think that's right as well.
So this first game happened on Monday. Donovan goes off for 57 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists, and they lose.
Insane.
That's some Michael Jordan crap.
Well, you know what? Our team played bad.
Yeah.
Really bad. Joe Ingles, where were you? I'll ask you that.
Yeah.
You know what? Rudy played decent, but Clarkson, where were you? And hey, I don't mean to talk down on him because I mean everyone has bad games, and you know what? Clarkson stepped it up in game 2.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm not talking down on him. I'm just saying, we would have won that game if we had 1 or 2 more people just hit a few more shots. I mean, it went into overtime. Donovan played incredible though.
So yeah, Jordan Clarkson, he was 8 of 17, 2 of 9 from 3, which is the bad part, and he was a minus 15 on the court. Which they had a 10-point loss in overtime, might I say. But Ingles Ingles had a negative 14. Usually he has like the king of plus minus.
Ingles looked bad that game, and he was I think he might have had 2 of those 4 turnovers to start overtime.
Yeah, he might. So Mitchell, that was the greatest game he's ever played.
It probably was,
and. It was so depressing as a Jazz fan to watch because it was so exciting to watch Donovan butting into this superstar that we always wanted him to be and still lose the game. But it gave me hope that they're still going to win 4-2 just because of how good Donovan looked. And I think the next game they rallied together as a team, right? And Donovan still had an amazing game, but the whole team finally produced and was working smoothly together, and it was just a dominant performance. Denver didn't even shoot bad in the second game, and they still got wrecked.
Yeah. Well, you know, the first game actually was a little bit, to me, like, I mean, I really saw it as a plus because, I mean, yeah, Donovan played great, but everyone else kind of played bad.
Yeah.
With the exception of Rudy played good D still. I'll give that. But looking at the stats here, we shot 47% from the field, which is just very average, but 34% from three-pointer. So, that, I mean, that's not good.
Wait, what was it?
34% from three-pointer, right?
Our average is like what?
In
39?
Yeah, I'd have to look into that. But the Nuggets shot 53%. They're not going to ever do that consistently.
No. They're not even that great of a shooting team.
No, they're everybody on their team is okay at shooting. Every single person is a decent shooter, but they don't have too many just lights out shooters. They have a few.
Jamal Murray will have his spurts.
Yeah, Jamal Murray's not a 3-point shooter though.
But he
can hit him.
When he's locked in,
yeah,
it's game over.
Kind of like Donovan. I'd say he's kind of like Donovan in that aspect. Beautiful song, yeah. Beautiful song, we do the intermission songs. Yeah, baby, yeah, we do the intermission songs. What is going on?
Hey, sorry, that was an ad that played on my computer. I'm not even going to cut it out because it's funny.
I thought it was beautiful. Yeah, so, I mean, we were negative 19%, actually almost 20% from the 3-point percentage. That lost us the game, did it not?
Yeah, it totally did.
Yeah, and also, I mean, what's our team's average from the free throw line?
I think it's 70.
Okay, we did pretty average from the free throw line,
Something.
but you know what? I'm telling you, I saw some good out of that game because when you play that bad and you go into overtime, I don't care who was streaky, you know, that's a good sign. And then it translated to us playing good the next game.
Yeah.
And I mean, we showed that we were much, much better team than the Nuggets. And I still think we're coming out in game 6 4-2 us.
Yeah. Look at this. In the second game, flip the script. Ingles was a plus 31.
Right. Oh, I mean, Ingles when he's playing good, I think he's the main factor.
Yeah.
I really do. Because Donovan's always pretty good, right? Donovan can like shoot good or shoot bad, but Donovan's pretty consistently good. If he's like got 5 points in the first half, he usually scores 15 plus points in the second and hits his number, right? Mm-hmm. He's always kind of going to be there. Rudy, we don't need him that much on offense. He just needs those dunks and just to play D. And he's the most
honest. He keeps him honest down low.
Yeah, I mean, he's the best defender in the league. Once again, it's not close, and he's doing it every single night. And so Ingles is that factor. He really is.
It is. If he plays good, they win the game.
If you look at any of our playoff series in the last 3-4 years, when Ingles is playing well, we are unstoppable. And I don't know if it's like he only plays well when other guys are playing well, or if it's like when he plays well, we just play well, right?
I think that's what it is. I mean, we obviously win games when he plays bad sometimes, but if he plays good, it's like an automatic victory.
It seems like it.
It's weird. And Clarkson also had a plus 22, so he flipped it around too.
Right, Clarkson played great. Didn't he score 30?
He's got 26. So Donovan was 30, Clarkson was 26, Ingles had 18, and Rudy had 19. So those were...
So tell me this. What do you think about this? Conley, when he comes back.
I don't know. Do you put him at point? Because Donovan's running the point flawlessly right now. I mean, he had 8 assists.
I'm less worried about that, though. And you know what?
So?
I'm more worried about Joseph Ingles.
Oh.
Because when Conley comes in, Joe seems to kind of, shrink a little bit.
Yeah, does he, defer to Conley?
I think it's just Ingles needs the touches.
Yeah.
Ingles is one of the best passers on our team, if not the best. Mm-hmm. And so when he has the touches, he makes things happen. And when he's passing well, he's shooting well.
Yeah, I think he does feed off his own assists.
He does.
And the problem with getting Conley is I love Conley, but he was the number 1 guy in Memphis for a long time, right? And so he needs the ball in his hand too. So we have Donovan that needs the ball in his hand. We have Conley and we have Ingles that all need the ball in their hand to be effective.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and be optimistic, though. Conley's a great player.
I agree.
Like, a lot of people have been kind of talking down on him this year because he
start.
had to fit a role that has never been his role, right? But I'm pretty optimistic. Conley hasn't been playing bad, right?
No,
and so if we can mesh those two, if we can mesh Conley and
Mitchell
and
Ingles.
and Ingles, you know what? We might not miss Bogey as much as we thought we were going to miss him. Obviously, he's going to be missed.
Yeah.
But, if we can mesh those two, we're a good team.
Yeah, it's crazy that we're playing this well without Bogdanovich and Conley.
Yeah.
We have good players.
Yeah, we do.
So
what did Denver seed last year?
Denver was the 2 seed last year.
Who was the number 1?
I
thought it was Denver.
It was Golden State.
What are you talking about?
No. Last year?
Yeah. Was it Golden State?
Golden State wasn't the number 1 seed last year?
Maybe.
Maybe Denver was the 1 seed.
I don't know. Maybe not. But for some reason in my mind, I'm thinking Denver might have been. You know what? I'm pretty bad at this, though. And you know what? I think we're stalling because of this.
Yeah. No, we're good. Yeah, so...
Okay, it was Golden State.
Yeah, it was Golden State.
It had to have been close, though. And so this Nuggets team was the 2 seed last year and the 3 seed this year, and I think we just hand it to them. So the Jazz are a pretty good team.
Yeah, I hope they carry this momentum and just finish them off. I don't know if they will, because, Jokic can have games where he's unstoppable. You never know if Jamal's going to come in and torch, because he wasn't even that great in game 2.
And Jamal's good, man.
Jamal is good. But if you can kind of get him in an off shooting night, then I'm going to pretty much say you win.
Yeah, you do. Especially with Jokic not like... he still gets his points against Rudy, but
he doesn't play defense.
Yeah, he can't play defense. And you know what? He struggles against Rudy because we're not seeing these like crazy passes that he normally can throw. People think he's the best passing big man in the league, and he might be.
Yeah.
But not when Rudy's hands are there.
Yeah, he has a tough time.
He does.
Getting around Rudy.
And the shots he's making are tough shots.
Dude, they look so weird, but he knows what he's doing.
He does, yeah, he's good.
Sometimes I'm like, did he mean to do that? And yes, he did, but it looks so awkward. Yeah. Some of his turnaround J's are just so unorthodox. I can't even... it's cool. They go in.
Yeah.
But whatever. He is a unique player, but...
Yep. He is. So I guess, I think it's pretty obvious we're rooting for the Jazz. They're going to win 4-2. It's not going to be close. We might even win 5-2.
5-1.
But you know what? I think it's time to move on to the next team. I'm happy to go talk about the Lakers and Portland now.
Okay, let's go talk about them. I think they're obviously the most second interesting matchup to us, at least.
Yeah. Well,
or you got someone over them? Actually,
I kind of like watching this. The Rockets are dominating, but I thought it was going to be closer than that. I think there's a few other teams that I kind of really liked watching. The Magic and Bucks is interesting, is it not?
Yeah.
Magic comes out and beats the Bucks.
They got handled pretty easily today.
Yeah.
In their second game.
Same. Yeah.
But I expected that in the second game. But they did come out and they pretty much handled the Bucks from start to finish.
Right. Isn't it funny? I don't know if I've ever heard of the number 1 seed in both the East and West losing their first games.
I heard someone say the stat that it happened in like 2003, early 2000s.
Yeah, maybe. I didn't see it.
It's so long ago that that's 17 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts. It is a different experience, I guess. I don't know how much the bubble is affecting teams.
Well, I think less of the experience. Yeah, it is. It's affecting teams for sure. It feels more like an AAU game for them, I'd assume. But at the same time, this Portland team was the 3 seed last year.
Yeah.
And the reason they are in the 8th seed is because their star center Nurkic wasn't playing. Yeah. And now that they have him back, they're playing like a 2-3 seed, you know?
That first game on Tuesday, they played amazing. And I don't even think LA played that bad. People were going pretty hard on him, but they didn't play horrible.
Yeah.
They didn't play amazing.
They didn't play good, but they didn't. Yeah, it's not like they just screwed the pooch. It was more like Damian Lillard is one of the best players in the world, and playing like probably the best player in the world until tonight, I guess.
Until tonight, when he did not do great.
But man, Damian Lillard is unstoppable right now.
Yeah, that first game, he was getting double teamed at all times, and he still found a way to get his points. He was just pulling up from 30 plus like he does, and just draining it. He's Steph reincarnated. Yeah. He's Steph 2016 Steph reincarnated. I forgot how good Steph was. I went and watched some highlights of him hitting 30 plus. He did the same thing.
Yeah, it's very similar. Yeah. I think one of the differences between the two is Steph plays around though. Damian Lillard is a very serious guy.
Yes, he is.
He's serious about winning, and Steph is like a high school player, bro. He's just,
he's having fun.
He's having fun out there. He's shaking hands with the homies. He's out there playing street ball. Damian Lillard's out there taking care of business. It's like it's interesting to watch.
Some say that Steph isn't the most clutch player in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think he's had some clutch moments.
He has.
I would definitely say Damian's a little bit more clutch.
Yeah,
because he takes everything so serious. But
he is, and also, you know what? Steph, because of his ankles, has always kind of been injury prone, right? Mm-hmm. And the playoffs are grinding.
Yeah, I mean, and so many games.
I'd love to see Damian Lillard in the conference finals one year.
Place we've seen a little too much of recently. Turns out
I'd love to see Damian in the conference finals or in the finals one year, because it's hard to say Steph isn't clutch. When it's hard to say Damian's more clutch when Damian hasn't made it to those positions that Steph has been in. And Steph, I'm telling you right now, I know he doesn't have a finals MVP, which is insane to me.
Yeah, because he definitely
he
deserves it.
Tell me right now that Iguodala deserved it over Steph Curry.
Absolutely not.
The finals MVP should not only be part of the finals, it should be all of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And Steph was amazing in that playoffs. Steph,
it's because they think he shut down LeBron, right?
He didn't shut down LeBron.
And he didn't even shut down LeBron.
He didn't shut down LeBron. No one has ever shut down LeBron, and no one ever will shut down LeBron until he's 50.
Yeah, and still playing.
Right.
But, yeah, so the Warriors just got the second pick in the draft.
Yeah.
So maybe they pick up, I want them to pick up.
They're getting LaMelo.
I think
LaMelo.
They should get a center. They don't have a center. And James Wiseman is this center from Memphis, and he looks pretty good.
Right.
That's the smartest choice. If LaMelo's open, they will take LaMelo.
LaMelo's gonna be open. I don't think he goes number one. I think he goes number two. No, I think.
You think Anthony Edwards?
Yep.
Okay.
So LaMelo, I love LaMelo. I really do. He's kind of weak though. And so he doesn't have that NBA frame, although he is 6'6" or 6'7".
I mean, Lonzo didn't either coming in.
Right, and look at Lonzo. He's just an average player.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
But LaMelo's better than Lonzo.
I think
that's obvious.
It has way more potential than Lonzo.
Well, I think one of the differences is LaMelo's always going to take the chances, and Lonzo's just Lonzo really doesn't take too many chances.
He doesn't look like he's trying ever.
Yeah, and LaMelo is trying.
Yeah.
LaMelo's going to shoot deep threes. LaMelo's going to come into the league a little bit like, what's his name? What's the Hawks player's name?
Trae Young.
He's going to be a little, he's not going to shoot as well as Trae Young because he's a little inconsistent with his shot. Yeah. But he's going to come out firing.
Trae Young came out firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
He had no shame. He was throwing
and he's good.
Shots.
He's
and
good.
He's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Trae Young. I was surprised.
He needs to fix his haircut, but he needs to fix his haircut. It looks terrible. But outside of that, dude, Trae Young's sweet.
Yeah, because when they did that switch, it was Luka Doncic and Trae Young, right? They kind of switched those picks.
Yeah.
Or they got traded or whatever.
Yeah.
Those picks. And
yeah, I mean, Trae's great, but come on, Luka.
Yeah, but I was thinking that was the worst thing ever, Because I was like, Trae Young is not going to be anything. What the heck did you just do? But at least it's not the worst. But yes, I agree. Luka's twice the player Trae Young will ever be.
I always thought that Trae Young was going to be good.
Really?
Coming out. Oh, yeah.
I liked him
been,
at Oklahoma.
I'd been watching Trae Young for 2-3 years before he went to Oklahoma. Just highlights of high school. Dude, Trae Young is amazing.
Really?
I mean, he always looked like Steph Curry to me.
I loved
He always
watching
looked
him
like Steph.
at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I thought it was super fun.
Filthy.
He was filthy in Oklahoma. But I just didn't know. He's so small.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he's small, but dude, when you can shoot like he can shoot, and when you're as fearless as he is and clutch as he is,
Yeah.
he's gonna have a great NBA career. He's gonna be a 10-time All-Star.
yeah, it's like
He's
I
never
don't
gonna be
wanna
an MVP though.
No.
Luka's gonna win multiple MVPs.
I mean, I think Allen Iverson's the only one that would. Did he win an MVP?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He might have won two.
Because Allen Iverson was like 6 feet tall and was an MVP. Maybe Trae Young
I
would do
think
it.
I think Allen Iverson was 5'11".
Yeah, he's a little short.
He's a shorty.
He's my height. So
Yeah,
he's
it says he's 6 foot on Wikipedia, but
not- listen.
right, yeah. It also said Steph was like 6'3".
Yeah, and it said
Steph's-
Donovan Mitchell was 6'3".
Right.
He's for sure.
Donovan's
like
6 foot, 6'1".
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Iverson has one MVP.
I love Iverson.
Yeah.
He was sick.
Dude, I remember when I was younger, I was playing out in my front yard one time. Basketball. I was always playing out in the front yard,
Yeah.
and I was wearing a Kobe shorts, an Allen Iverson jersey, and then like a purple like Lakers sock, and like a red Sixers shirt.
No.
And this guy was driving down the street, and he looks at me and he's like, "Hey, you look really cool. Can I take a picture of you?"
No.
And he took me up like the street.
Was he a pedophile?
He was like 25.
Okay.
And no, he wasn't.
Okay.
And he took me up to like the neighbors. He was like, "Hey, will you take a picture in front of this?" And he
Dude,
had me
this is
sit.
before smartphones. Dude, would he have a camera on it?
He had me sit on like the stump, and he took a picture, and he just started laughing and got in his car and drove away.
Gosh, are you serious? That's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
And like I didn't think anything of it. I got like kind of embarrassed, and I think I went in my house.
Yeah.
But now I think
That's
about it,
pretty
I'm
funny.
like, dude, I wish I was that 25-year-old that got that pic. That was hilarious. How many memes would that be?
Oh my gosh. That's so funny. And the funny part is that was what 15, 16 years ago. And he had to have had
maybe
like
more.
just an extra camera laying
Yeah,
around?
man. You know
This is
how
like
those
his
high schoolers were. They had like those Polaroid
Yeah.
cameras or something. You know.
That's kind of funny though.
Yep.
I want to see that picture right now.
Dude, I've been looking
Reach
for
out.
it. I've been looking for it on Reddit, bro.
We need to find that, man. All right. Is there any other games that stood out in these first? Because every series has played at least 2 games.
Right. I mean, let's kind of go over the records. It looks, the Jazz are 1-1, soon to be 5-1, 5-2. The Rockets are 2-0. That's one that's kind of surprising to me.
Yeah.
Not that they're 2-0, but the Rockets kind of they've handled.
Yeah.
They've handled.
Yeah. It looked like this game. It was kind of close for the first 3 quarters.
Yeah.
But I think it always looked like the Rockets were going to take over at some point.
I mean,
and then in the fourth quarter, it just wasn't close.
And you know what? I'm pretty sure I chose the Rockets to win 4-2.
Yeah.
But I think the Rockets sweep them now. They're just looking. They're looking
it's going to
good.
be a sweep.
Right.
And Westbrook's probably coming. Is he coming back this series? Maybe
Oh,
not.
If
It doesn't even
he's
matter.
not, they don't need him.
Yeah.
And you know what? Westbrook just sitting pretty with what he's dressing like.
He loves
and
it.
you know what? He might dress decent sometimes, but he's an idiot, and I can't stand him.
Yeah, and he can't stand us. He hates Utah. With a
Yeah,
flying
and that's
passion.
why I can't stand him. You know, I don't know what that guy said in the stands.
Yeah,
But I don't think he said what Westbrook said he said.
yeah. No, I
And-
think Westbrook misheard him or wanted to think he said something.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
that's what I think Westbrook. He just wanted him to have said something else. And Westbrook's always getting into fights with everyone else. If it was
hates-
someone else, maybe I'd believe him, right? If it was Harden that said it, because
Yeah.
Harden's not trying to make excuses all the
No.
time. That's all Westbrook
Westbrook's
does.
a
is make-
crybaby.
He's a baby.
He's
He's a baby in every
And
way. Durant left him because he was a baby. They would have won championships.
oh yeah,
They would have won
that
championships.
Team was amazing.
They were.
Yeah, that OKC team should have beat the Warriors.
They were up 3-1.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, what mental breakdown happened, but I'm sure it was caused by Westbrook.
Agreed.
Anyway, looks like the Bucks came back. I watched that whole game, and yeah, Giannis' stat line looks great, 28 and 20, but he's a one-trick pony, dude.
That's what I was saying, man. That's
a
the reason they
one-trick
lost.
pony.
It's the reason. I mean, they're the 1 seed. Who's the who's the 4 and 5 seed in the East right now?
The
Heat?
and Pacers.
Hey, I'll tell you this: the Heat are going to give them trouble.
I think so too.
I think Milwaukee is going to end up winning that series, but I think it might go to 7. The Heat are good, man.
Yeah, and it's not just Jimmy Butler. They
No.
have shooters, dude.
Yeah, Hero can shoot
Hero
from.
and that Robinson guy.
Oh yeah, I mean he has the best percentage in the league. I think
he's amazing.
Yeah, he's good.
So I agree. I think the Bucks don't have as many shooters. For some reason, Brooke Lopez is drilling threes.
Brooke
When did he-
Lopez always has drilled threes, brother.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's
What?
good.
Do you remember him on the Nets drilling
Hey, I don't know
threes?
about then, but like lately, he's at least
Oh
always
yeah,
been
I
drilling
know.
them.
It's nuts.
Like last year too.
He is a very improved player. He never gets nodded for the most improved player, but when did he ever make an impact? And now he does on the Bucks.
Hashtag impact, baby.
Anyway, I don't care for the Bucks. They're not my favorite team to watch. But I mean, I can't deny that Giannis is good.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Giannis is a top 10 player. He's not the best player though.
No,
There's-
he's not.
He's not
He
a top
gets
5.
less and less in my eyes every time I watch a game.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I've been telling people this for a long time. He's not gonna be able to learn how to shoot. It's
No.
not like every big man can learn how to shoot,
No.
right? Some of them are gifted.
some have the God-given ability.
But
to
you don't
shoot.
think if Shaq could have learned how to shoot, he would have learned how to shoot.
Oh, he definitely would have. He was such a competitor. Why wouldn't he have?
Yep.
But okay, so yeah, the Heat are up 2-0 on the Pacers. It was a decent game. I watched that one too.
Yeah, it's just I don't think they'll win a game.
I don't think Pacers will either. They just don't. They don't have.
I said 4-2, but I don't think they're gonna win a game.
Yeah, it's a sweep.
Yep.
Anything else? Okay. Oh yeah, the Nets were up on the Raptors for a majority of that game, but the Raptors pulled it out in the end.
Yeah.
I think the Raptors just have a lot of shooting. They have Siakam and Lowry. They're gonna win that series sweep.
Yeah,
most
they'll
likely.
sweep them.
Celtics are gonna sweep. Dude, Celtics will sweep the Sixers.
I don't think so.
I think so. Embiid just looks so downtrodden and so.
I think we both chose the Celtics.
we both did, but we said it would be close. But
I think the Sixers win the next 2.
no,
I do.
dude, I don't see it. Embiid is not a good leader, and he's supposed to be their best player, and he just gets frustrated and can't. When he's losing, he's just a baby.
He
about
is.
It. And
He is.
They're not. I don't. I mean, they could win 2 games, but I'm calling a sweep.
I'm holding you to it. I think they at least win one of the next 2, but I think probably 2. I think they win 2 in a row. And you know what? You know what we haven't talked about?
What?
How unfortunate is it for the teams that would have gotten home court advantage
Yeah, it's
to not
terrible.
actually have home court advantage?
It's very sad.
Isn't that?
Yeah, it's
isn't
pretty
that,
bad.
Like,
They try with the little fans on the screens, and they do like they put the home music on and
Yeah,
stuff. They try to make the
but-
atmosphere as much, but it's.
I mean, hear me out here. Like, Golden State with Steph Curry. You think that team does what they did to the Cavs in the finals if they didn't have, home court advantage?
No,
And-
because that was the most home courtiest advantage of all time.
well, Steph thrives on the fans, man.
yeah,
and
he
their
loves
whole
his little
team did.
shoulder shakes and his little
Yeah.
dances, and yeah, I get it. It is a huge disadvantage,
As well as the Jazz. We have some of the best home
It's hard
crowd.
to win in Utah.
It
for
is.
sure.
And I mean, we don't have home court advantage, but we're not bad in away games, I think, in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
we're really good at home in the playoffs, though. Unless we're playing the Rockets, please don't make us play the Rockets.
We won't play the Rockets this year until the Western Conference Finals if we make it there.
Yeah.
But we have the
Thank
Clippers
goodness.
or we got to talk about them. The Clippers and the Mavericks. They're tied up 1-1.
Yeah, it's tied 1-1.
Because PG is a no-show.
Can I tell you this? Playoff P. Doing what he does best.
Dude.
Sucking in the playoffs.
And he came out and posted something on Instagram like, leave me alone or something.
Ow, is he turning into the Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
The old Kevin. Hey, I'll tell
He's
you
like,
this.
"Why you
Kevin
even looking
Durant's
at me?"
matured.
Yeah.
Because like, when he'll like defend himself, but at least he'll admit it now. He kind of just doesn't care anymore. I don't hate him as much as
I don't
as
hate
used
him
to.
as much either.
Hey, the Mavericks could very well have been up 2-0.
I agree. Yeah, they played good that first game.
They should have won.
Okay, here's what Paul George posted.
Playoff P?
Yeah.
Playoff P, baby?
IDGAF, which is I don't give a freak. What anybody think about me? F is you thinking about me anyway.
Here, let me see that.
Like what, dude?
I don't give a skirt what anybody think about me. Skirt is you thinking about me for anyway. What do you mean?
What do you? Yeah, what? What do you want? We're thinking about you because you're playing in the playoff, dude, and you stink right now. You're not helping your team.
I don't have a response for that. That's bad.
I know. And I mean,
you're an all-star. You claim you're a superstar in the NBA, but you don't want people thinking about you. No, you don't want people thinking about you when you suck.
Exactly.
You'd love to have. Hey, when Paul George was on the Pacers, was he not a complete different person?
Yeah,
dude,
I liked him.
He was clutch, man. He was bringing it to LeBron in the playoffs year after year. LeBron got the best of him, as he always does to everyone, unless he's playing against 4 Hall of Famers. But what happened?
I don't know if ego got to his head.
You know what? I know what happened. He had to play with Russell Westbrook.
The root of all evil.
The root of all crybabiness. I mean, Kevin Durant, when he was with Russell Westbrook, had the burner accounts. Since then, he had them at the start of Golden State, but I'm sure Russell Westbrook was still kind of rubbing off, and now that he's been away for so long, he's grown up. And he's also 30 now, probably. So 32, 31. I don't know what he is. I found out Steph was 30, not 32.
Is he just 30?
Yeah, he's 30. Sorry, no, he's 32, not 30. Sorry.
I hope Westbrook just matures a little bit more. I would like to like him as a player because he's really athletic and fun to watch. But I just don't. I just can't stand all the drama that he brings. Anyway, you think Mavericks could upset the Clippers?
No.
No?
Kawhi's not going to let that happen, but they could win 1 or 2 more.
You think maybe Game 7?
I think Game 6.
Yeah.
And that's only because Luka.
You don't think Boban? Marjanovic?
Hey.
I love that dude, though.
I love him, too. Him and his... Hey, it just released, actually. I'm seeing tweets today that Boban actually came out and spoke about his parents. They're 5'3" and 5'4".
Is that true, though? It's gotta be. He's the nicest guy ever.
Nah, it's gotta be true. Yeah.
So he's just got some weird genes.
He's got some growth issues that he probably had to break his growth plates.
Yeah, probably. He's enormous.
He's big.
Yeah, his hands are huge.
He's Shrek. But he's
the friendly giant, though.
He seems kind of like
everyone loves him. Every team he goes to,
yeah, he seems kind of like a Steven Adams, where he's just kind of like a.
I love Steven Adams.
Oh man, I love him.
He's the greatest.
I wish I could put up a picture of him and Cal Drago right now on the screen and just just relish.
Admire.
Yeah,
he's a good man. Anyway, any other thoughts on the playoffs so far?
I mean, the only thought I have is that the Jazz are going to make it to the finals and win the finals. And when they do, I'm going to get Donovan Mitchell's face tatted on my left pec.
You told me that if the Jazz ever won, you would get a Jazz tattoo.
Oh, that stands.
That stands today?
Oh, that stands. I would never get a tattoo. But if the Jazz win the finals, when they win the finals.
This year.
I'm getting a tat.
Yeah,
that's going to say, you know what? Yeah,
with my initials.
I may go ahead and get a tattoo if the Jazz of the Jazz saying champions if they just make the Western Conference Finals this year.
No, you would.
I might.
Because you think
That's how confident I am.
No way. Do it though.
Watch me.
Do it.
Watch me.
I want you to. But you will get the tattoo. I will force you if they win the championship.
Oh, I'm getting the tattoo.
Yeah.
I've told you that, and I'm not
and they're
lying.
going to because they're going to beat the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals.
I hope it's the Clippers.
You think the Clippers will? Well, the Clippers have to beat the Jazz, so yeah.
Right.
You think the Clippers will beat the Lakers?
You want my honest opinion on everything?
Opinion.
Like not being biased towards the Jazz?
Yeah.
I think the Lakers win it all this year.
Yeah. I don't think anybody in the East is going to beat anybody in the West.
You know who?
So
I don't think the Clippers win it for sure.
Because
Especially now
we'll
that
have to go
watching
through
Paul
that.
George.
Yeah.
It's either the Rockets or the Lakers for me.
I mean, yeah. The Rockets always have a chance because they can get on fire and just beat anybody.
I mean, the only team the Rockets are the hardest team for everyone to beat in the league, besides the Warriors.
They shoot 35 threes a game.
Besides the Warriors,
Yeah.
and they don't have to go through the Warriors this year.
Yeah,
I mean, if it weren't for the Warriors, the Rockets have 2 championships already without Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
You know. And you know what? If Chris Paul doesn't get hurt 2 years ago, they probably have a championship with that beating the Warriors.
Here's the thing: Russell Westbrook is not the factor for the Rockets.
No.
It's solely James Harden, and then if there are other pieces,
it's the way James Harden's able to open the floor. Because I'll tell you, it's not their coach, it's not Russell Westbrook, it's the way James Harden makes them spread the floor so much, and then they have to collapse on him so much, and everyone's wide open when he drives.
Everybody, and if they're hitting their threes,
and he can see every angle.
Yeah, he's
such
eyes.
a good passer and such a good scorer. It's insane. It's unfortunate. And you know what? He's not a terrible defender anymore.
no, he's leading the league in the steals.
He's gotten a lot better. He looks like he's trying. He kind of looks like a man on a mission.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
I like Harden.
I like
just
Harden
wish
too.
Westbrook
I used to
wasn't
not
with
like
him.
Harden. I like Harden. He doesn't look like the most athletic player on the floor, but for some reason he makes the most plays.
One thing that I've never understood, everyone's talking about Kyrie with the handles, Steph with the handles. What about Harden with the handles?
Yeah, his handles are...
Harden has the best handles.
He breaks everybody down at the 3-point line.
That's what I'm saying, dude. He's a surgeon.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Steph just has such a good shot. Like he can just like freestyle.
Yeah.
Harden is a surgeon. He sees the direct, like the step the other person's going to take.
So that,
and it's beautiful.
Keep going. Yeah. So that's what I was going to say. It looks like he's just trying to show off with his little quick dribble between his legs.
No, he's watching the defender's moves.
He's literally daring them to do anything.
Exactly.
And then, right when they make the move he wants them to.
Yeah, and Kyrie's fresh. Don't get me wrong, and he has great downhill dribbling and every type of dribbling. But like Kyrie isn't doing it on every possession like Harden does. Harden's on every possession, and Harden never loses it, dude. It's crazy. Like he doesn't turn the ball over near as much as he should for how much possession he has it.
No, he's always has the ball in his hand. Yeah, Harden is. I hate watching him play the Jazz because it's so annoying.
Oh, it hurts.
But when he's playing other teams, it's funny, and I like it.
He's incredible.
Yeah. So you're right. They could put up a big fight against the Lakers.
I don't want it to happen. Not because I want Harden to win one. I just don't want Westbrook to win one. I don't, man.
So do you think they'll stay together for a few seasons at least?
If they win one?
No, if they don't.
Yeah, at least one more.
Where would Westbrook? Harden's never going to leave the Rockets. You think he would?
No, I'm just not saying never. I'm not saying he has like plans on it.
No, yeah. I'm just saying Westbrook is the movable piece. So he could be out. I don't think they've been a horrible
You know who else I don't want to win? Sorry to cut you off,
No
but
problem.
I hate D'Antoni.
Yeah.
The bobblehead. He looks like a bobblehead. Shout out Kent.
Here's the thing: they're not going to win. Lakers are going to win.
Yeah, I hope. I mean, I hope the Jazz win it.
I hope the Jazz do too. But if you think about it, the Lakers, they have the pieces. somehow LeBron assembled the squad, and they're
Well-
gonna win it. Anthony Davis, LeBron, they're gonna get in their groove, and then they have two big guys that are playing decent in JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard.
Hear me
They're
though.
not- yeah.
Hear me out. So I think it's pretty obvious that the last 6 years, LeBron would have 6 championships besides getting hurt if it weren't for the Warriors, right?
Yeah,
And he did that with a team that was just loaded with 3-point shooters.
yeah.
Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving, J.R.
J.R.
Smith. Shumpert was an okay 3-point shooter
Was he?
when he was open.
Yeah.
I mean, LeBron's whole thing was kind of Harden-ish, where he'd drive and either score or pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
To especially Kevin Love, and he doesn't have quite as many 3-point shooters on this Lakers team.
No, they're
And
different
so
style
it's
of play.
different. And I wonder if they maybe should have went and got maybe a couple more 3-point shooters for the playoffs.
Well, so they have Danny Green. They put
Yeah, and
they
Danny Green is clutch in the playoffs.
And
He's
they-
great.
they got Jr.
Yeah.
And who else did they get? Deion
I mean-
Waiters. Deion Waiters not a 3-point shooter, but he's a solid backup.
Anthony can shoot the 3. LeBron actually
Kuzma.
is pretty good at. No, Kuzma's not that good at shooting the 3.
But
Kuzma's just not that good. I know he's a Laker, but he's just not great. He's just
he's
okay.
fine. He's a solid 6-man, I think.
7th or 8th.
Yeah.
He's hard to buy into for me.
I think he came out and said, I'm a starter on any other team in this league.
Yeah, he did, and that's just not true. I mean, if he came to the Jazz, he's not starting on the Jazz.
I don't think he is either. He's not starting over Royce. He's not starting over Ingles.
No.
So who's he starting over? Nobody.
Yeah, I mean, Bogey? No.
I don't think so.
He's not starting over Bogey. You break. No, so
All right.
if
well,
anyone, if he started over anyone, it'd be Royce.
it would be Royce, but Royce is just such a good defender.
Yeah, and Royce, we don't need him to be an offender. We have offense.
Yeah.
We have plenty of guys that can score, especially now that we have
And Royce hits his
Boyan and
threes.
Clarkson. Yeah, he hasn't been in the playoffs. He actually does need to step his game up during this playoff so far.
Yeah. But on defense, he's been playing really well.
Yeah.
So I think that wraps up the playoff preview for tonight. I'm really looking forward to the next week of games. Jazz are gonna win the next 2, so that's easy.
Easy
But-
peasy lemon squeezy, baby.
I'm gonna call something real quick. I think the Mavericks upset the Clippers.
Really?
I just decided it. Yep,
Hey, I wouldn't mind that at all.
I would love it.
Luka, baby. I'm telling you, Luka is besides every single player on the Jazz and LeBron, he's probably my favorite player right now. And Damian Miller.
I love
It's close,
Damian.
but dude, Luka, I've got such high hopes for Luka to just be the greatest in the league, and then the Jazz swoop him up.
We're gonna sweep him right off his feet.
Yeah, we will.
We're gonna trade somebody. Who are we gonna trade for him? We have to trade somebody, or we're just gonna sign him when his.
Yeah, we got that. Let's just sign him. I don't want to trade anyone.
I don't either.
I'll trade Niang. Hey, Niang. Hey, Niang's actually not been bad.
No, people rip on Yang, and I don't know why, dude. He's not that bad.
Nah, he's a terrible defender, but he can score.
Yeah, I don't know why people are like he can't shoot. He makes threes all the time.
Yeah, he's a good shooter. Especially that corner 3.
Yeah.
He's a little bit inconsistent sometimes, but he's a good shooter.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, let's end this
get-
NBA talk. I just could keep going forever.
Yeah, we could. There's always something new you can talk about. So that's pretty much all I had on the agenda. Is there anything on your mind? Do anything fun lately?
If there's one thing on my mind, it's just got to be me always going back to the fact that you're just not good at simple math. You're not. I'm much better.
So am I good at complex math?
No, you're not good at that either, but especially simple math. And honestly, I'll be straight up with you. I know you think you're good at Harry Potter trivia. I've
Oh
always
my
been better.
gosh. You know that I trained you in Harry Potter trivia.
Stop it.
You were terrible until I until I brought you into the world of Harry
Guys,
Potter.
if you don't know, me and Kyle have been kind of battling Harry Potter trivia for the last like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, and I've always been better.
And last year I think I listened to Harry Potter all the way through, all 7 of them, probably 3 or 4 times, maybe even more than that. And Kyle only did it like once last year.
Last year I only did it once, but hey, before that
I'm just much better.
That doesn't prove anything.
It is. It does.
That proves that you had it on in the background and you weren't listening.
Sometimes yes.
Exactly.
Sometimes yes.
See, and I pay attention to every detail no matter what.
See, the thing is you remember like stupid stuff.
No,
and
everything
not only
is
that,
important.
I think you're just lying. I think you look it up right before.
No, we
Ask
do it
me
in
a
person
question
all the time. We've done it in person, not all
right.
the time.
Well, next time we'll have a Harry Potter section.
I agree, and we might have a competition.
And I think we both need to refresh our Harry Potter a little bit because neither of us has been listening to Harry Potter lately.
Well, you have to because it's basically scripture.
It is, yeah. Doctrine and Covenant. Okay, keep going. Keep going on.
But anyway, yeah, I'm better at Harry Potter trivia. I'm good at complex math. I'm slow at simple math, according to
that
you.
makes a lot of sense. Okay, skirt.
No,
Let's move on.
What, 2 + 2? It's not a big deal.
No, simple math is
your times
less
tables?
simple than that.
Less simple?
Less simple than that. We're talking about intermediately simple.
All right, so next topic. I want to talk about, I'm having a baby girl here in a little bit.
Yeah.
November. Could be right on my anniversary. Who knows?
No, it's going to be in
It's
September,
November 14th
I thought.
is her due
Wasn't
date.
it September
I was
before?
married November 7th. No. That's Legend, dude.
28th
Legend's
of September.
my son.
I
And
know.
Legend's a cool name, so just don't even worry about it.
Oh, I've got the utmost respect for Legend.
He's the greatest guy. He's 2, almost 2. Anyway, we're trying to figure out some names, and I'm gonna throw out these names for you. I want to hear what you're saying. McCall likes the name True.
For a girl.
Yeah, TR. You don't love it?
No, get out of here.
I don't know.
Go to the next name.
She loves it so much. I don't really know.
No.
I think it's okay.
No, go to the next name.
What else? Let's see. There was. Hold on. Let me pull this list up. There's a list of girls' names.
Okay, but now that you're looking that up, you're gonna have to just please, for the love, convince her to not do True.
You don't like True?
No, that's not a girl's name. That's more of a boy's name.
Okay, my favorite is Queenie.
Hey,
I love Queenie.
hey,
I love the
going
name
back to
Queenie.
Fantastic Beasts, Harry Potter trivia. I'm fine with Queenie, even though she
I think
turns
it's
to the
cute,
dark
dude.
side.
Well, she'll be back.
Hopefully, yeah.
Anyway, I like that name.
Better than True.
McCall likes it too, but I feel like she's leaning towards True, dude.
No, get away. Is there any more?
I have a huge list.
Give me like 2 or 3 more. Just quick ones. And I'll tell you which one's the best.
Let's see. I don't know which one she's liking on this. Winslow?
That's a boy's name. That's a last name.
It's a last name, but last names are first names these days.
Yeah.
You don't like that?
No.
She added this name. Isn't it your niece named Philippa?
Yes. That's a great name. She goes by Pippa. Yeah, that's a great name.
She just added that to this.
That's a great
I didn't
name.
know she added that. Anyway. How about Valentina?
Sounds like she's,
Hispanic?
Hispanic, but hey, better than, it's a girl's name.
What about Sedona?
No.
You don't like Sedona?
No.
Does that sound...
It sounds like seduce. You don't want that.
Seduce?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like seduce.
And that's what I would have. She'll get a lot of nicknames
It'd
from.
be said, if anything.
So thirsty?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, all right, go to the next one. You got to get a better name than this. Come on.
What? I don't want to do any of these, like, just basic names, dude. I'm not going to do a Jennifer or a Jessica or a Mary. Ocean?
Hey, I like that one.
You like Ocean?
Yeah, that's not bad. Hey, that's the best one so far.
Ocean's
that or
the best
Philippa,
one?
yeah.
Well, because you're partial to Philippa.
Yeah, but I love Pippa, dude. She's great. She
Alright.
loves me.
That's fine.
All right, man.
I'll maybe we'll have to do some thinking about that. But thank you for the input. I didn't like most of it.
No, I think you guys sound like you're trying a little too hard for those names.
You think so?
Yeah.
But we don't like any of the generic names.
Yeah, I don't plan on doing generic names either. I think you're just going a little too far-fetched with, True. Not a big fan of it.
Her family, I think her mom likes it. She likes it. I don't hate it.
Hey,
it is.
I'll love her. I'll love her.
She's gonna get a lot of false jokes.
Yeah, she will.
Anyway, any other topics you want to briefly cover?
I think we should probably close out. We've been doing it for a while. This is probably 30 minutes longer than we should have done, to be honest.
No, it's an hour. I think an hour is pretty solid.
Fair enough. Yeah, we're new to this. It seemed like it'd been longer than our first one, but now that you're saying that, gotcha.
But anyway, please leave a review if you can on Apple Podcasts. That's where you can leave a review if you're listening on that. Spotify doesn't have reviews, which is lame. But if you leave like a 5-star, maybe a little nice review.
Hey, maybe don't talk down on Spotify. I'm just kidding.
No, I love Spotify. I just wish they had a little review system.
Yeah, no, I get it. But yeah, no, leave a review. Kind of give us tips. We're learning. Every time's going to get a lot better. And we're honestly going to be great here in the near future. So you're going to love hearing what we have to say. I love hearing what we have to say.
You were so smart.
I am, man. And I'm good at simple math.
Yeah, you're great at simple math.
All right, guys. Well,
peace
up from Wiggy Smalls here, Spencer Wiggins, and my brother Kyle Norton over there. We love you guys. And here's to next Thursday, baby.
Okay,
Tune in.